Donald Trump has just threatened Spain with paying double in trade deals for failing to meet NATO defense spending targets. What triggered this explosive outburst? Let's break it down. At the 2025 NATO summit in The Hague, Spain reportedly asked for an exemption from the new requirement to spend 5% of GDP on defense. Unsurprisingly, that didn't go over very well with Donald Trump.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah.
A question on Spain. Are you satisfied with today's...
Oh, I think Spain's terrible what they've done. No, I do. They're the only country that won't pay the full up. They want to stay at 2%. I think it's terrible. And, they're doing very well. The economy is very well. And that economy could be blown right out of the water with something bad happening. Spain is the only country that... Are you from Spain?
Yeah.
Good, congratulations. You're the only country that is not paying. I don't know what the problem is. I think it's too bad. So we'll make it up. You know what we're going to do? We're negotiating with Spain on a trade deal. We're going to make them pay twice as much. And I'm actually serious about that. We're going to make Spain...
If you're finding these videos interesting, don't forget to subscribe. We dive into the economics behind the headlines. No fluff, just facts and a bit of sarcasm. Back to Trump and NATO.
Well, I've said that to them. I said, if you're not going to pay, we're not going to defend. I said that 7 years ago. And because of that, they paid hundreds of billions of dollars. I said, if you're not going to pay your bills, we're not going to defend you.
Now the goal is even more ambitious, 5% by 2035, broken down into 3.5% for core defense and 1.5% for strategic resilience and security infrastructure. And how will Trump get the rest of the countries to pay up? That's where his official bootlegger comes in. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, the former Dutch Prime Minister who's supposed to be neutral, but who's clearly acting as Trump's personal enforcer. That became obvious when Trump publicly released the messages he received from Rutte, making it crystal clear who's doing the negotiating on his behalf. As we can see in his messages, Mr. President, dear Donald, congratulations and thank you for your decisive action in Iran. That was truly extraordinary and something no one else dared to do. It makes us all safer. Well, Israel was doing it already, but NATO's got nothing to do with this. It was just the US on their behalf. If we continue, you're flying into another big success in The Hague this evening. It was not easy, but we've got them all signed onto 5%. We've got them all, right? That's very neutral. Donald, you have driven us to a really, really important moment for America and Europe and the world. You will achieve something no American president in decades could get done. Europe is going to pay in a big way, as they should, and it will be your win. Safe travels and see you at His Majesty's dinner, Mark Rutte. Well, I think there's nothing else to be commented about this. We can clearly see whose butt was licked. But why is this conversation important? Well, it is important because it clearly states that the objective of Donald Trump of getting all nations to spend at least 5% of their GDP in the long run on defense is on the way. So at the 2025 NATO summit in The Hague, all countries agreed to a new target. All of them except one. That one is Spain. Spain's Prime Minister, Pedro Sánchez, said they wouldn't meet the 5% target because, get ready for this, it would hurt social programs, the green transitioning, and all their important priorities. Very noble sounding, right? But then Donald Trump fires back in his press conference and he says, well, wait a minute, Spain's economy is doing great, or that's what they say. Why can't they pay up like everyone else? Well, here's the thing. And here's the thing when it gets interesting. In Spain, the national budget needs annual approval from Parliament. And Sánchez, well, he doesn't have a majority. He's clinging to power with the support of regional parties, many of whom are totally against increasing defense spending. So he can't just wave a pen and boost the military budget, even if he wanted to. And to make matters worse, the corruption scandals, his number 2, number 3, his wife, his brother, they're all facing various investigations. He's under siege politically. So what does he do? He wraps it all up in this noble excuse about social investment and environmental goals. But the truth, this isn't about values, it's about survival. He's trying to protect his fragile coalition and his job. And that's what Trump and the rest of NATO are really reacting to. Not a principled stand, but another politician playing budget Jenga while the alliance pays the bill.